You ever wanted to know how I do weekends? You're looking at it. Actually, this is what it looks like when there's a hurricane in town and you have the perfect excuse to never leave your apartment. It's been raining here for like a week and a half now, so I haven't seen the sun in a while. I wanted to talk about some stuff that I enjoyed in the month of September in the way of a lot of fashion-y YouTubers, but with far less fashion-y things. Which is odd because my first item is kind of a clothing item. I got these rain boots from ASOS and they're kind of the Chelsea boot style and they're really cute and they've been getting me through the wet. The only thing about them is that they hurt my feet. I don't know if you can tell, but there's the stitching along the edges. The threads that they stick out on the inside. I don't know if it's because the threads are really hard material or they were melted. Yeah, they just stick out in these like spikes and they scrape against my calves when I walk. So the first time I wore them, I got these big scrapes on the backs of my calves. When I wore a skirt to work, my coworkers were like, "Oh, what happened to you?" And I was like, relax. I just injured myself in the name of British fashion. Jeez. I have these band-aids on the inside, which is kind of a temporary situation to cover the spikiness. If anyone knows if there's like a permanent solution to this sort of thing, let me know. So my next thing is Lush. I've been wanting to try their stuff for forever. Since July, I've been buying a lot of their stuff. So in particular, I've been using ocean salt, basically a sea salt exfoliator to scrape off the dead skin on your face and anywhere else. Mostly I use this on my face actually because my skin really likes it. You can kind of see the inside. I've used a lot of it. So the next thing is Doctor Who. Their new season just started and I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't remember the last time a season started with a two-parter episode. Basically the first 5 minutes of the premiere just blew me away. I'm really enjoying this Doctor. I was unsure, as a lot of people were, I think, because they weren't sure how going from a more young Doctor back to an older Doctor would work. I'm liking Peter Capaldi a lot. I think having a more cantankerous old man dealing with a lot of novelties he sees around, it's just a very refreshing thing. I feel like there's a British theme to all my favorites this month. I spent a lot of this month rediscovering a lot of the music I listened to when I was a teenager. My Chemical Romance, Placebo, Rammstein. Rammstein in particular, I continued to listen to them all through college. I went to one of their shows once. I'll link a playlist below of stuff that I've been listening to, just so you get an idea. I've also been watching a lot of stand-up comedy. I think my favorite comedians are Danny Boy, Jim Gaffigan, John Richardson, Jack Whitehall. I also really like Trevor Noah. I was never really familiar with Trevor Noah until he was a correspondent on The Daily Show. I was skeptical about whether he would be able to carry the show. When I saw his stand-up, I was like, okay, this guy can do it. I've watched every one of his episodes so far on The Daily Show. He's left me pretty optimistic about where he's going to take the show. Also, he started to inject a lot of his former stand-up humor into the show, which I really enjoy. He talks a lot about African politics, and he discussed African politics a lot on Thursday. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go back to my tea, and I'll see you guys later.